I had just stepped back inside when Sheng Lingling pushed open the door and walked in. She hadn't noticed me trailing her the whole way. The moment she saw me, she beamed with joy, unfastening her coat and unwrapping the black cloth cinched tightly around her waist. Then, she handed me the bundle inside. "This is the boy's corpse you asked for. When will the Kuman thong be ready for me?" I stared at her intently. "Not so fast. Every Kuman thong has its own temperament. I need to understand how he died before I can gauge the strength of his resentment." Sheng Lingling waved a hand dismissively, chuckling darkly. "Don't worry, this child died full of hate." She leaned in, giving the bundle in my arms a pat, her gaze slithering like a venomous snake, sticky, vile, and fixed. He was a bastard child. His mother never wanted him. She aborted him at 8 months, forced it. The boy was still breathing when he came out. But she left him there, in the freezing cold, to die slowly and alone. If someone had taken him to the hospital then, he could have lived. He could have lived. I clenched my fists, doing everything in my power not to pull out the fruit knife hidden at my waist. I asked, voice flat, "You're saying he was still alive when she gave birth?" "Of course." He screamed loud enough to shake the walls. "If they'd just helped him, he would have made it. He would have made it." "Very well, Sheng Lingling, you'll get exactly what you wished for." I carefully took the boy and said, "You've got too many wandering spirits in your place from all that junk you summoned before. Kuman Thong doesn't like competition. If you want this done properly, you'll have to get rid of the others first." Panic flickered across her face. "How do I get rid of them?" I smiled, gently stroking her hair. "Easy. Let them release their rage. Let them taste blood they'll leave on their own." "Blood?" Her face twisted. "You want me to hurt myself?" I shrugged. "Well, if you've got the guts to kill someone else and offer them the flesh and blood, that works too." Sheng Lingling's expression darkened. She stared at me in silence for a long time before locking herself in her room again. I didn't have time to deal with whatever madness she was about to stir up next. My focus was entirely on the child she brought back. She wasn't wrong, the boy died unjustly. His resentment was overwhelming. No cleansing ritual worked. No chant, no rite could ease his fury. It was worse than I imagined. In the end, I had no choice but to seal him in a jar with a yellow talisman. After staying on edge for too long, exhaustion took over. I dozed off. In my dream, the boy crawled toward me, sobbing, "Why? Why didn't you want me? Why did you kill me?" I was drenched in sweat, trying desperately to wake up, but it was like I was paralyzed, trapped. Before my eyes, he morphed from a chubby, innocent infant into a horrific ghost child soaked in blood, his eye sockets hollow, skin pale with black veins. He lunged and bit into my neck, tearing out a chunk of flesh. His tiny fingers grew long, sharp nails, piercing through my shirt slowly, painfully into my heart. "I'm going to dig out your heart and eat every piece. I want everyone to pay." Agonizing pain shot through my chest, and just when I was about to scream, a sharp shriek from outside pierced through the dream. "Ah, Wu Jing, help me, help me." I jolted awake, clutching my chest. No wounds, nothing there. But outside my door, Sheng Lingling was screaming in terror. Scratching at the wood with her nail set was blood-curdling. I looked toward the sealed jar on my nightstand. The talisman had fallen off. The lid was open. The boy was gone. My stomach dropped. I rushed to open the door just in time for Sheng Lingling to collapse into my arms. I stepped back. She fell flat to the ground with a thud. One look, and my blood ran cold. She was nearly unrecognizable, a mass of blood and shredded flesh. Chunks of her scalp had been torn off, exposing raw, bleeding tissue. Her face was torn to ribbons, deep gashes left by long, jagged fingernails. Her body was covered, but I could already tell there were more wounds beneath. Worst of all, her chest. There was a gaping hole where her heart should have been, the organ still visible, twitching faintly. I looked up at the ceiling, nothing there. And yet, I knew the child was watching me. "You came into my dream to scare me, but you went after her. You didn't hurt me. Is that because you still trust me?" A strange warmth bloomed in my chest. But there was no time for sentiment. Thud, thud, thud. Her heartbeat was fading. Sheng Lingling was still breathing, feebly reaching toward my ankle. She whispered, delirious, I lured them out. They're gone. Is my Kuman thong ready now?" She lost consciousness before I could answer. I looked at her coldly and reached for my phone to call an ambulance. But before I could dial, sharp pain shot through my hand, like something struck it hard. "Why are you trying to save her?" "I want to watch her die." The child's scream echoed through the entire room. I whispered gently, soothingly, "Shh, it's okay. I still need her for something. Trust me, alright?" The scream stopped, and suddenly, I felt a strange weight settle on my head.